State Senator John McGuire and the Virginia Republican Party say the results will not change. Vote tallies show McGuire ahead of House Freedom Caucus Chair Bob Good in a tight race for the 5th District GOP nomination. But a week later, Good has vowed to continue to fight. Since election night, as local election officials count and double-check ballots, both candidates have seen their vote totals increase, but McGuire's lead over Good has grown. Good declined an interview request, but appeared on Steve Bannon's show last week.
We're going to make sure that to the best of our ability, every legal and legitimate vote is counted, and only every legal and legitimate vote. We're going to pursue every suspicion of malfeasance.
On social media, Good's campaign has publicized claims of issues with the election process in Lynchburg, a city that he actually won by a solid margin. He also tweeted about Election Day fires at 3 precincts in the district, one in Hanover, one in Albemarle, and another in Lynchburg. We checked with fire officials in all 3. In Hanover, fire officials say mechanical failure on a hot water heater at Patrick Henry High caused a fire alarm to be pulled on Election Day. In Albemarle, water damage from a ceiling tile tripped the fire alarm at Crozet Elementary, officials say. In both those cases, there were brief evacuations, but officials say proper procedures were followed to secure ballots and continue voting a few minutes later. Lynchburg's fire chief says they don't have any calls to polling places on Election Day. As things stand, McGuire's lead is 0.6%, which would mean Good would have to file and pay for a recount. That can't happen until the State Board of Elections certifies results on July 2nd. In a statement, Good's campaign manager says, quote, "We will pursue the recount to settle any questions about the fairness or transparency of the election process. This way, voters can confidently move forward to the general election." McGuire's team saying, quote, "While I understand the desire to continue the fight, the outcome of this election will not change. The fight is over, and it's time to move on and work together as a team."
It's just hard for me to imagine that there's the fraud at the level that would change a 300-vote election.
Political analyst Dr. Bob Holsworth says he expects the outcome will not change.
Most of the changes that would be made in an election actually occur during the canvassing process. If somebody called in a number inaccurately or somebody on the phone had the number transposed inaccurately, it's very doubtful that you would see a recount that could change 300 votes. That by and large, they change handfuls of votes, not hundreds of votes.
Again, the next step in this process is on July 2nd, when the State Board of Elections will meet to certify the results from all the primary elections. Only after that could Good apply for a recount. I'm Jake Burns, CBS 6.